Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. We got Coinbase, CFTC, SEC turf war, and it's not the only turf war going on. We'll get into it. Tether launching a new peg. Is this a good idea? And blocking the digital yuan. U.S. Congress members. We're going to talk about that. Ripple's senior VP is in the news, and the SEC versus Ripple and John Deaton. We got updates on the case and a timeline you don't want to miss. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at Dig Perspectives at the top of the screen. Everything that we're talking about here today, $1.259 trillion market cap. We're still bleeding as we go into a long weekend here in the U.S., and I have to say, Bitcoin right now at 28,900 plus, Ethereum at 1,700 plus. We see XRP at 39 cents right now, again, off by 7%. And we see here 39% on the bottom, 40% on the top. We are currently falling like a manhole cover from the sky. We get down into that 35-cent range, and my blue light special's going off on Isle Crypto. And Daddy's getting some XRP. You better bet on it. Now, not financial advice. Let me tell you what else I'm getting too. It's right here. It's Masterworks. I love this. I get to diversify. Just like the richest people in the world, I can now invest in incredibly expensive, world-renowned art, just like you see here. And the similar works are getting 22, 12.4, 15.8, 15.3, 16.8, 22%, 13. It's all outperforming the S&P, for God's sakes. But look, these things fill up fast. 99% almost vested here, and 99 here too for this piece, this work here, which I bought into a couple times. This is an incredible opportunity. Check the link below the video. There is no minimum to be able to participate in this unbelievable opportunity to get fine art and security share, obviously shares of this fine art. Amazing, amazing stuff. Check out the link under the video. Coinbase becomes first crypto company in the Fortune 500. Shout out to them. But what's to come of them here? You know, there's been a huge downward run on their share price, for one, since they've gone public. And we have to wonder what is going to happen to the Coinbases of the world, or of the U.S. at least, once we move our way a little further into this regulatory framework that everybody seems to be vague on. Speaking of regulatory framework, this shout out to James K. Filan here tells us that Susan Friedman, from Susan Friedman, CFTC's and Caroline DeFam at the CFTC recently, and SEC's Hester Peirce recognized confusing lack of clarity over crypto, the jurisdictional battles between the CFTC and the SEC, and call for joint public discussions to determine how best to regulate crypto. Fantastic. And here's the original tweet. Cooperation among regulators is essential, from Caroline Pham here. And it says, to pragmatic crypto regulation, we are calling for our agencies to hold a joint set of public roundtables to evaluate recent market events and risk, and to discuss how to regulate crypto responsibly, and Hester Peirce as well, right? So, look, this is great, but that's not the only turf war going on. And you have to wonder how much of a turf war actually is it, because I certainly understand Hester Peirce's position. She's made it very clear she does not agree with pretty much all of what Gary Gensler's approach is towards crypto. But with that being said, every time we hear the CFTC talk, or Gary Gensler himself, they always say that they're aligned and they're working together in tandem to bring regulation for crypto. Turf war may be a stretch, but it's not on this particular front. This is a clip from a recent Charles Hoskinson from Cardano, and shout out to you, Charles. You know I'm a huge fan. He is a cryptonaire. And by the way, if you haven't seen Cryptonaires, the movie, it's gotten rave reviews, and you can go see it at crypto.io. That is where you go see it for free. Just give an email. It's a great movie. Don't mind saying so myself, but Charles was one of the people featured in that movie, and Charles reveals the truth in this clip that I'm about to play for you, and it's just as bad as we thought. I said, don't worry, Charles, they won't pull it off. They're only doing it because they know proof of work isn't necessary. It's all fear-based. What are they doing? I'm going to tell you what they're doing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let Charles tell you.
I really do want to close with one final point. I did discover that certain members of the Bitcoin community are actively telling lawmakers to write into legislation that everything but Bitcoin is a security. To write into legislation every attempt possible to delegitimize or outright ban proof-of-stake cryptocurrencies. This was extremely disappointing and disheartening. I like to believe in the fact that maximalism has gotten to the point where dirty tricks are being played and people are trying to convince politicians now to encode maximalist principles into U.S. law is another example of just the fractious nature and the childish nature and the immature and irresponsible nature of some members of this industry. I really...
You know, it's well said by Charles, and the whole 25, 30-minute piece that he put out is really great, as always. But Charles, you know, it is all fear-based, I believe, and now I believe it's time to question Senator Loomis, Senator Gillibrand, and their new legislation, Perry M. Boring, the Digital Chamber of Commerce, Jake Travinsky, the Blockchain Association. Please tell us that you're all not... that you are not contributing to this position that he just has been revealed of, which we have all been reporting on, that it certainly looked that way. Now Charles is confirming he's in DC. People are showing him the emails, the letters, to do exactly that, to use Congress to write legislation for a technology, giving it the pathway forward and making everything else a security. I mean, you know, obviously the XRP community in space is not unaware of this kind of motive. It seems to be new to Charles. But I asked this of all of those associations, Chamber of Commerce, and the senators, and this is what we get. Senator Loomis, Senator Gillibrand, you care to clarify here that you're working for the entire digital asset space? Perry M. Boring, Digital Chamber of Commerce, Jake Travinsky, Blockchain Association. Are you working for the whole space or just Bitcoin and Ethereum? Looks like we'll have to try back. You know, it's a really sad commentary, to be honest with you. And this may end up being the same. Tether launches a new stablecoin peg to the Mexican peso. Are we sure that this is a good idea? You know, I've always been on a learning curve my whole life, so I'm certainly not the sharpest one in the room. But I can say, you know, when I saw this, the first thing I thought is that, now you've got the U.S. government with a set of crosshairs on your ass. Do you think it's a good idea to continue to do this? Or might you want to have some real in-depth meetings with the people that are concerned so you can try to rectify the U.S. dollar tether before moving on? You know, just a thought, not a sermon, just a thought, as they say. Use XRP as a bridge asset and this won't matter. 3 Republican senators have introduced a bill seeking to prohibit app stores from hosting apps that enable transactions in China's digital yuan. Just use XRP. Adopt the XRP ledger. Use XRP as a bridge asset, and none of this matters. We wouldn't have to have all these silly little bills that are trying to plug the dam when you could have something like a systemically important designation in a public good declaration of something like the XRP ledger and the Stellar network. And these value protocols can keep that from being an issue. Ripple Senior VP Brooks Entwistle says crypto winter is an opportunity in disguise, and it is. It's an opportunity to continue to innovate for the people that are in the space. It's an opportunity for people that are retail investors to continue to accumulate on the particular projects and assets that they believe in. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. Ripple client SABB plans to expand business with the help from UK banking giant. Now, listen, I reported in this morning, they signed SABB runs on Ripple, which has signed a memorandum of understanding with HSBC, which is where Marcus Treacher came from so many years prior to going to Ripple, which he's no longer with us. But nevertheless, that is where he was beforehand. So this, it always impresses me because, you know, I believe the SEC case obviously is a vetting and an audit process. I have said this many, many times, a grooming, if you will. Gary Gensler has even mentioned when he taught at MIT that there is a cost to play, you know, in the system. There's a cost to entry, is I believe how he said it. It might be paraphrasing there. It's not a direct quote, but there is a cost to entry to the system. He has remarked about that, and I believe this case is certainly a threshold to that. And this right here is a new video from Crypto Law and John Deaton. It's very short, but it is so powerful from evidence that has been referred by Empower Oversights and now sent to the SEC's Office of Office of Inspector General for an investigation. They need to act. Let's see what they do and check this video out. It's unbelievable.
In 2017, when William Hinman was named Director of Corporation Finance at the SEC, he fought behind the scenes while in office to keep getting millions of dollars in payments from his old law firm, Simpson Thacher. Hinman was warned repeatedly that this meant if he did anything as a public official that affected Simpson Thacher, he'd be breaking the law. Simpson Thacher joined the enterprise Ethereum Alliance, a group with the sole mission to promote Ethereum, while paying Hinman millions. In 2018, Hinman gave a high-profile speech declaring that Ethereum's digital token, Ether, is not a security.
We believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
The price of Ether immediately took off.
That was after the comments by the SEC. So interesting market action there, right? Whoa.
Did William Hinman break the law? Federal rules say that even the appearance of a conflict is a serious violation by public officials. How did this happen? Why was Hinman allowed to promote Ether in a speech given his financial conflicts? And how did a speech involving so much of the SEC staff that was certain to move the crypto markets fail to be screened for conflicts that would have been found with a single Google search? The crypto markets are in turmoil, and investors don't feel protected. How can we have confidence in the SEC if conflicts of interest are left unchecked? It's time for an investigation.
Yes, it is. There's no doubt about it. And you could reach out to Crypto Law or you could reach out to John Deaton, and they will absolutely get you what you need to be able to participate in raising your voice on the matter. Now, let's get into this because the SEC is trying to prevent XRP holders from participating in the lawsuit. And we know this because they plan to object to the amici brief that was filed by John Deaton representing all of us. The SEC has until June 7th to file the opposition against requests made by XRP holders to take part in the briefing process. And here we have attorney Jim Filan here, a legal expert with substantial knowledge of the matter, suggesting a recent update on Twitter that the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit may conclude, on or before May 23, 2023. Now, I went into this article and it does say in here May 2023. It does give that time frame in here. I believe it is, where is it down here somewhere? 1 second here. Oh, here. Yeah, legal expert, substantial knowledge, recent update. Yeah, the lawsuit may conclude on or before May 23rd, 2023. However, if we go to Jim's original post, that article may not be quite as accurate as this. So I'm going to go with this right here. So because there is a date, May 26, 2022, and it's the update and schedule. Let's quickly move through this very quickly here. Number of outstanding issues. These include a decision by Magistrate Judge Nedburn on the SEC's claim that all Hinman documents are protected by attorney-client privilege and connected to that. 2, the objection to Magistrate Nedburn's DPP ruling. These will be considered together as explained below. The Ripple defendants' motion to compel the SEC to amend the answers to certain requests for administration. The motion for attorney fees connected to Met's supplemental report. The motion of amici to participate in the motion to exclude expert testimony through the Daubert challenges. 6 is the motion to exclude expert testimony and the motions for summary judgment. How about that? Now, he goes through and takes part each one of these things. What I want to bring you to very quickly here, though, however, is if we come to this, because he breaks down each point that was made in the opening there, but I want to go to here, right here. We are continuing to make progress, and we will have more information over the coming months. We will see various issues decided to various times in the next few months, but my prediction remains that Judge Torres will decide both the expert motions and the summary judgment motions at the same time on or before March 31st, 2023. So not May, but March. And I just want to try to bring some clarity to that. I can't be certain about the other article. Maybe they have some information I'm not aware of, so I want to keep an open mind to that. But I'm going to go with Jim's direct post here and his timeline. And this is in line with what we've heard Jim say before. So there's a lot coming down the line that we need to pay attention to. But this right here is the most current that we have. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below. I'll catch all of you on the next one.